Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind here on the new Golden Century DLC slash kind of the immersion pack. Not really a DLC, but calling it anyway. I put a poll up on my community page, and the country that won was Portugal. The Navarra vote was split. Interestingly enough, no one wanted to see Castile or really Aragon, so we're going to play as Portugal this time. There's not a lot of particularly specific Portuguese missions I need to do, so I was thinking that I might move towards trying to do Master of India. Own and have cores in all of India's European nation. However, I am also going to explore some of the DLC features, just because I know people are kind of curious what they actually are. No, I'm actually not going to rival Aragon. So first things off, Portugal did not get any changes in their ideas as far as I can tell. If they did, they slightly tweaked it. This one is going to be nice, the yearly absolutism. Their mission tree is completely reworked. They have a lot of stuff like being allies to the English, then apparently conquering Spain. Yeah, pretty much own all Iberia. You get an event for that, which is quite interesting. You also got stuff to move into Brazil, triangle trade, Horns of Africa. Looks like there's actually a fair amount of events that get like Vasco da Gama in India, onwards to Cathay, trade with Cathay, purchase of Macau occurred, trade with Japan. So there's a lot of these. We'll try and get them. Sadly, there is no actual, achievement for doing so. Which is slightly frustrating. However, Portugal does get some yearly bonuses, permanent ones, like established Jesuit missions, which is kind of interesting. We also get, if we control Oman, we get events. We get Hormuz, get events. So there's a lot of events we're going to want to try and pull off. However, we're probably not going to intervene in Castile for quite some time, mainly until we can actually afford to fight them. It wants us to build a flagship, which would actually give us a claim on Lower Castile, which is interesting. Oh. Very interesting. First thing we're going to try and do is this English alliance. That will actually give us a claim on some of this land, which we really don't care about. Let's see, do we still start with an explorer as these guys? I'm curious. I believe we do, yes. Diogo Gomez. So let's explore. If we're lucky, we might get that. We want to definitely try and get our discovery bonus going first as Portugal, because that will give us an insane amount of settlers. So let's get this rolling. Also, while I'm just setting everything up, I do have a Discord. If people want to go chat to other people who play Europa and stuff, by all means, go there. People do enjoy it. Also, please subscribe if you do enjoy it. It just kind of gives me an idea of how many people are actually enjoying this series. If people subscribe, also I think you get notifications for polls and stuff if you're subscribed, which you wouldn't otherwise. Can we afford advisors? We still have Oh, this speed it will never be fully converted. Okay, let's force the conversion. We will also get the land force limit. And now we're broke, kind of. And let's up our land force limit to full. Talk to these guys. I'll offend them slightly. Support of the clergy, admin power, support of the nobility. Ooh, that's getting really close to dangerous. We'll take stability. It's just going to be really close now. So if we do Okay, so here's the holy orders. In states that are fully owned, will have immediate effects when established and permanent effects of all the state provinces in their state. Once installed, you can't change it. So the Jesuits, the Dominicans, Franciscans. Well, the Franciscans might be very useful in North Africa, but I have a feeling the Jesuits are going to be more useful for me. So don't let me forget to use that. By all means, remind me. I'm just curious as to, is there any downside to these holy orders? Because if there's no downside, I'm almost tempted to start giving my existing states to these guys. We can apparently control this area, but we can't see what it is. Micronesia. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking a while. Just wanting to make sure I got everything set up where I want it. We also have a general. Put him in charge. Okay. Is that enough to get an opinion with England? At least one. Wait a second. His rival of England does not exist. Oh, I guess that didn't get it high enough because they rivaled Castile. Okay. We want a royal marriage with Castile. For most of the game, we're going to be trying to be friendly with Castile. So if people are curious, you'll notice there's quite a few little nations down here. Marrakesh, Sus, and Affiliate. I probably said that wrong. They are all interesting enough vassals of Morocco. So that's going to actually make stopping them harder. You'll also notice that the Berbers do not seem to have a... the Berbers in general do not have that huge coring penalty. It seems to have been shifted around. They got naval land force limit and raid coast. I don't remember what they exactly moved it to, but I know they did move it. Okay, good relation with you. Improve relations with you. You hate me. What a surprise. We want to keep exploring. Oh, I thought we owned this. Nope, turns out that Castile owns it. So you'll notice that some provinces have been broken out, some have been added. Navarra no longer moves to the coast. It's kind of one reason I didn't do Navarra. I wanted to explore more of the game mechanics, and that would have just been a war in Europe for the whole game, pretty much. Didn't want that. I really want to take that away from the clergy and give it to the burghers. I don't think I can, though. Let's do protect trade. Let's do protect trade. And you know what? Let's see. What does my development look like? It's pretty all balanced, isn't it? I think I might give it to... Jesuits. Okay. They've got development in their lands, so hopefully there are no negative events to giving the Jesuits lands. No, it doesn't seem like it affects the clergy control, which is rather an interesting mess. Does the Pope care? No, the Pope doesn't care whatsoever. Okay. I may just give this land to them as well. I'm going to give the Franciscans our capital region. Mainly because one of Portugal's biggest weaknesses early on is the lack of, just in general, military power. Portugal's not ever considered a military powerhouse Really, they don't have no military ideas, which means we're going to be taking a lot of idea groups that focus on that and stuff. So we also had a rework of the idea groups. I guess I'll slow it down and go into that a little. People are curious. So espionage ideas has been reworked. They've moved some of the ideas around. The big stuff is state propaganda has jumped from influence to espionage. You can also fabricate claims for subjects, which is probably going to be more useful in the HRE, where you can kind of chain subjects, or Italy. Other than that, they look mostly the same. Diplomatic, you'll notice, has altered. Now they have 2 diplomats within the first couple ideas. We may actually take that as Portugal just because of the diplomats, but it's going to make Austria particularly powerful. Yeah. They've also altered exploration, so now that you get your explorers and conquistadors before you get settlers, which actually weakens us considerably. So we're going to want to try and expand down that path really fast. We could go expansion and get a colonist, but we really do want the colonial range. They also reworked maritime stuff. Naval tradition from protecting trade is up. I'm trying to remember. I never use this trait. Seahawks is different. Leaders without upkeep. Naval ideas got a little bit of a rework as far as I'm aware. Influence ideas changed. You'll notice that liberty, desire, and subjects now exist in influence. So that's going to be really powerful if you're worried about subject loyalty. I'm thinking Denmark might want to take this as their starting group. Diplomatic annexation is a thing. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. You'll notice expansion also has been altered to factories, fort maintenance on border with rival cheaper, center of trade upgrade costs cheaper as well. Humanist, I think, is still the same, or it might be slightly worse tolerance-wise. Innovative's got a rework here. The second idea group, second idea in it, is now innovative gain. And I think that was the big change, but they might have added 10% institution embracement cost as well. Yeah, slight differences. We have now the English Alliance. Awesome. Let's see about getting a flagship. So if we could build a flagship if we had 100 gold and we had more sailors. So we're going to have to wait a while. We also now have permanent claims on all of this area up here. Not that we're about to fight Castile for it. Really kind of wondering when I get like the mission to conquer Ceuta and stuff. Naval size 100%. Huh. Looks like I've got to do it myself now. Oh, that's going to be slightly annoying. We'll build transport ships, actually, because we do have some heavies. Actually, wait, can I talk to the merchants? No. Okay, we're going to have to put a claim on this province. And let's get the rest of military access going with Spain. Or Castile at this point. And speed it back up. Sorry, I detoured a bit into the idea groups, but I know people wanted to see roughly what they were. Morocco is attacking Tlemcen. Okay. England is now attacking France. I can't be called into the war, so I'm fine with that. Granada wants military access. Sure. Interesting enough, Granada doesn't hate me as much as the other groups in the area. We can't actually explore any further. I know, isn't that annoying? We can't explore any further despite having starting with an explorer. It feels a bit wrong. Okay, we've got our army. I'm going to quick transport the army to that itself. The conversion is slowly going, which is exactly what we want. That was actually really fast transportation. How did we pull that one off? How do we do it all at once? We only have 10 transport ships. Unless they altered the amount a transport ship can carry? Oh. Well, anyway, we now have an army in North Africa, so we're gonna have to be careful of getting attacked there, but once we get a claim, we should be good. I mean, I could technically attack these guys and try and get an early start in this region. Once I get a tech level. We don't want to do that too early. Unfortunately, and this is why I haven't been playing or been really enthusiastic about playing Portugal lately, is they have no money at the beginning of the game. They really don't. It's really strange. So I'm going to mothball those 2 forts, save myself tiniest bit of gold. We do get 34% of all trade in this area, which is nice. But until the burghers like us again, we're losing 10% of our income anyhow. Okay. Hunt pirates in this node for now. Make sure they go home at war. The last thing we want to do is lose our fleet as Portugal. It's devastating. It's going to take forever. 9 years. Unless we get an event somehow to become a zealot. It's going to take forever. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. We need a core province with 30 development. None of our land is particularly good for it. Actually, Porto up here is actually more developed than our capital. And we have a dumb heir, so we're going to disinherit them. With a 15-year-old monarch, we should be reasonably safe from a personal union. I hope. And if the King of England dies without an heir, we get our dynasty on their throne. I'm gonna go broke again, wow. I'm actually gonna have to fire that advisor. I have to fire one of my soldiers too. Okay. Still broke. Guess I'm gonna have to lower army maintenance, which probably should mean I should get it back to Iberia, that way it doesn't die. Huh. I guess the AI is just really fast at transporting units. Okay, that's back there. What else can I do? I can't afford to fire that guy. Huh. Could mothball the fleet. Oh, that helps a bit. Let's mothball this fort. I know it's dangerous if we end up in a war with Morocco, but I don't have much choice, really, do I? Come on. Give me positive income. There we go. Yeah, so Portugal starts out kind of broke, to be honest. At least we're not Castile with a terrible ruler and a terrible heir. Okay, Navarra is a vassal of Castile. Good to know. Other than that, we're pretty good. I might change this around though to allies. Pull you off of England. There we go. Keep the prosperity flowing and relationships. At least our current ruler is not a bad heir, bad ruler. With 7, he's below average, but not terrible. I probably shouldn't have taken as much stuff from the burghers as I did. I didn't think they'd get that annoyed. I don't intend to attack Granada. I was just trying to see if their allies would join them. Tlemcen's no longer a valid rival. Awesome. Kind of. I guess we will rival Aragon. And we will also issue embargo on Morocco and Tunis. Which will give us power projection a little bit. Which means we'll also embargo Aragon. Not much, but does give us some small benefits. High power projection. Get another claim on some of Morocco's lands. What does Castillo think of us? Castillo likes us. If he dies, there's a war between Aragon and England. That's not good. Honestly, if the Castilian ruler dies and it comes into a personal union under Aragon, I really don't know what I would do. Probably restart, to be honest, because I'd virtually be dead. Also, in case people are curious, there's other countries up here you can release. There's Asturias, there is Galicia, there's Leon. I've looked them over. They don't have unique mission trees. Asturias, honestly, I think holds the record in the game for giving you the most people. It gives you like 5 of them. By that I mean merchants, settlers, diplomats. It's a lot. To the point they're almost lacking other ideas. 4 or 5 of them are taken up with that. I think it's 5. I think they give you like 2 merchants or something, which is just strange. Okay, new heir 2222. I don't like it. I might have no choice though. Okay, so we got 3 Diplo power, which is nice. You know what? This is a starting episode. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this, so I'll do it a little bit longer. In case people are curious, it looks like England is getting roundly defeated by France, and we are going to fall further into debt. Unfortunately. I want to get these guys happy with us, so we could theoretically attack Granada. Not that that would help us, because we'd be fighting Tunis and Morocco. We're gonna keep the Duke alive. We could get stability. I'm gonna keep him alive because of the tax and other benefits. Yeah, that makes a difference. We might be able to repay these loans reasonably quickly. I'm just, of course, very disappointed how broke Portugal starts out this game. Hey, tech level. Mothball. Mothball. Merge, there we go. You can't merge fleets with a mothballed one, interestingly enough. And that should also boost our trade income, because we can now do marketplaces later on. 75, 85, 84, almost 85. I'd really like to go attack this country, Trollof down here, but I can't create a claim on them. If I attacked them, I'd lose 2 stability. Looks like I will have to wait for a while. And unfortunately, I believe I was wrong when I used the... I wish I could have explored more stuff with this Explorer. It just feels wrong to have an Explorer and go virtually nowhere. But it's the way it goes. So let's check out other stuff in the mission tree. I'm curious about this African gold stuff. Zimbabwe, Butua area, interesting. Obviously it wants me to create Brazil, so we'll definitely go for Brazil. We might try for Caribbean first, but we definitely need to get Brazil. Wow, we got a lot of these bonuses if we conquer areas, they get developed. Little Indonesia, wine monopolies, the world, wine. Oh, we do have 4 wine provinces. Maybe that's why it's telling me if I go to wine. Let's repay this loan. I'm actually going to up this fort here in Ceuta. That way, in case we do get attacked by Morocco, or what's more likely is Castile starts finishing the Reconquista versus Granada. Or dies. One or the other. It's a shame we have such bad prestige, otherwise we'd actually have shots at some personal unions. England is stupid, tried to fight France on land. That means they're probably going to lose the 100 Years' War. Interesting enough, Burgundy is at war with them over Provence. Bother. Hate those decisions. Which actually could be bad for France. Sometimes they do lose versus Burgundy if they're at war with England as well. Although England really needs to win the War of the Roses. Eventually they'll peace out, Henry Tudor will come to the throne, and it'll all work out in England. Time. We don't have much else we can do other than get claims on Morocco. So that's what I'll do. I've claimed this whole little area here. I wonder how the new dynamics play out with Morocco, considering they have to interact with their vassals. Their vassals have unique ideas. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Renaissance has spawned. That's good to know. We are still quite a ways from getting to where we need tech-wise. I might develop Lisbon to 30 if we can. Or at least somewhat, so that we actually get the Renaissance at a reasonable pace. Not that Portugal is particularly bad at getting the Renaissance, but there we are. Our explorer died. Okay, there's level 30. I know I just wasted a lot of monarch points, but that was worth it. It does give us some more money, which is also very useful. Looks like the whole the Danzig Confederacy, or the Prussian Confederacy versus the Teutonic Order has happened. Poland is helping them, but would not take Lithuania as a union, which is very interesting. They got a 666 ruler on the throne though, so we might see a powerful Poland for a little while. And England's lost the War of the Roses. Not even worth checking up there anymore. We just know they're dead. Oh, that's a sneaky little thing. Look at this. Just the sea zone, just as far enough that you can actually fabricate a claim on that province for Portugal. Clever. Clever, clever, clever. I honestly don't know why Castile's not willing to pick a fight with Granada. Okay, we still got a long way to go for admin, and then we have to do exploration ideas, which we need 800 Diplomonarch points for. 71 though is a nice amount to start. Okay. What's going on? Teutonic Order should lose versus Poland and them, but I've seen some amazing events where the Teutonic Order wins. That's a thing. Oh, by the way, Byzantines are dying. Not much of a surprise. Athens, Serbia. What is Venice doing? Venice isn't doing anything. Albania is still guaranteed by them, but it's not part of their trade league. Oh, interesting. Also, by the way, we may see pirate nations. Up to 9 of them can spawn. Honestly, if we get to the point where I can do play as New Providence and conquer all the Caribbean, I might save Scum just so that we can try and play as them. Not entirely clear how you get them, though. I couldn't find how. Otherwise, I probably did on a series as them. And we also expel minorities to my colonies. Might be interesting. +1 corruption? Yeah, we'll take that. Priorities other than nepotism. Always stand for integrity unless it comes from your wife's family, essentially. Yeah. We should be able to get Tech 4. We need Tech 5. That's going to be key. Let's switch this to advancement effort. 46 should be there in 8 years. I definitely want to try and get as much money as I can so I can upgrade these centers of trade even higher. I'd actually like to develop that one at all. I'm going to revoke this from the clergy and give it to the burghers. I'm going to have to give another piece of land to the clergy. Seuss asks us to support independence. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I will help them. It looks like there's going to be a huge mass rebellion versus Morocco in that region. Plus, Ceuta is almost converted. Our problem, of course, is that we don't have Miltech 4. I need to give the priests some land because I just stole some from them. Or not, because every single province Portugal owns is controlled by something. Can I give them the Azores? Yes. Do I want to give them the Azores? Not really. I don't want to give them any islands because then I have to deal with a stupid island thing. Oh yes, we also have another thing in this expansion. Under Tier 3 bureaucracy, there is what's called Council of the Indies. You have to be Iberian, have a colonist, and have a capital in the area. You get expel minorities cost -30. That's interesting. I could have sworn when I looked at Castile it was greater settler chance. So it might actually be different between the different countries. So taking that into account, that's interesting. We'll do trade efficiency. Castile is attacking Granada, but didn't call me to arms. Okay. I would have happily joined their war. We have a chance of aristocratic coup. There we go. There's the invite I was waiting for. Unmothball that. For his war taxes. How bad is their influence? Really bad. Okay. That should stop that disaster. It will make them hate us, but that's what's gonna happen. You're in a slight bit of trouble here because we're gonna have to find some way to stop Morocco when we're not particularly militarily strong, and Granada apparently. Boy, Morocco's got a lot of ships. Heavy ships too. That's new. I didn't know the game would give them heavy ships. That means Morocco is going to be a lot harder to kill in these games. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Run away, run away, run away. I wasn't expecting them to consider fighting me. Wow, you're kind of dumb, Castile. You literally just let them walk across that crossing and attack you. Well, I can help here. I'm gonna I'll occupy Gibraltar. I doubt I'll get Gibraltar, but... And we're in debt again, of course we are. That's what you get by actually re-raising one's navy. Great. Negative events galore. I may take the opportunity once that fort falls. Actually, I can just straight up cross. Awesome. We are going to invade North Africa then. If we can, we'll try and peace out Morocco. It looks like somehow Castile is going to win this. That is fascinating. I don't know how Castile just won that fight. I mean, I get they get a huge bonus to their starting morale with 15, but still, that's impressive. I probably need to repress those Sunni zealots in my lands. Or not, they're only 8k. I could probably stop that. One more year and then that will be converted. Ages longer, then that fort will fall. That fort is doing pretty well staying alive. I think we're going to probably curtail noble privileges for the tax rate, although strengthen wouldn't be bad. These guys hate me. Wow. Everybody hates me because I took land away from them. You know what? I'm going to give that province to the clergy that I stole from the nobility. Doesn't help much, but every little bit of loyalty is good, and I will ask for money. Not falling further into debt, if I can help, it's a good thing. Castile's king is being very reckless, going in head first. He's leading this army, by the way. He's not a good general. And he's walking around with 2,000 people rather than like 24,000. Interesting enough, they do have a general there who does have some siege. I think we'll probably go till this war is over, at which point we'll know if this is a good start to the series or a bad start to the series. But if you guys have advice for playing Portugal, or comments and stuff, by all means, please leave them below. I haven't played them in quite a while. Not since I did the, whatever, the Vasco da Gama one where you have to reach India by 1500. That's a fun one to do. I did a whole guide on that one, which was fun. I think it still works. But anyhow, Ceuta is going to be converted here. And that is a nice bonus of admin power. Wow. Pretty much exactly what we want. We do need to get to 800 Diplo power, though. I'm a little bit reluctant to say we're going to get there. Splendor's doing well. We need 800, though. Why is everything in 800 and 400 segments here? I think the only... Tech is 600. That's the only one that's not dealing with 4s and 8s. What is it about Paradox and their love of 4s? Why not 5? 5 sounds good to me. 500, 1,000. No. 600 and 400 and 800. Oh well. If we can take this fort of Morocco... I assume they'll leave. Whoa, sorry, oh. Well, that's lovely, Castile. You demand all that land. Okay, well, we're occupying it and we have claims on it, so maybe they'll give it to us. If worst comes to worst, we get favors with them, which is always good. I might actually raise 1 unit. So tempted to culturally convert that province. I'll wait till I get the Dominicans. We'll probably are Dominicans? Dominicans. Hey, I was right. And we'll apply that in North Africa, probably to convert it. Also develop it more for trade, because this is still in the Sevilla trade node. We actually make more money than Castile right now there. We are losing troops hand over fist though, because of sheer attrition. Castile has hit Miltech 4 though, which is good. Quite a mountain range here, these high Atlas ones. 1, 2, 3. I thought they also went over to here more. Oh well. Can I march? Yeah, can I march? No, I can't march anywhere, can I? Castile, go back, take out Morocco's armies in the homelands, if you would. I got North Africa. So this is good. Sus has created an alliance between Morocco's 2 vassals and me. So probably at the end of this war, they'll attack Morocco, which means I'm going to be in 2 wars with Morocco rather quickly. Gotta watch out for that. Also, can we point out how lucky the fact that I'm doing spying on them has proven to be? Because that's reducing their defense ability, which is pretty good. Pretty good after all. Almost done with that reform. 500 almost. I really want to send this fleet out, but I know it'll just get caught and annihilated by theirs. I don't even know. Oh, there's Castile's fleet. Castile's fleet has already lost the naval war versus Morocco. That's not usually a good sign. When Iberians lose naval wars versus North Africans, never a good thing. I may just hold on to Granada here because I know that it will slow down Castile's expansion a bit. Yes, I'm already planning to mess with my ally. How are we doing? 78 there. Most of our land gets some slowly. First tier. Really want the tax, but we're going to make enough money later. We'll go for manpower. Once we get some trade companies, we're going to be making absurd amounts of money. There we go. Mouth working. So Master of India is going to be tricky to get to. I have to conquer India. I'm just thinking that might be a fun one to do because I've never actually bothered to do it. As you can see, I've got a lot of random ones I still have to complete. Some of these I can't really do, like convert to Sikhism and form Punjab. I don't even know why it shows up as an option for me. There we go, Fez has fallen, so let's quickly do this before Castile occupies these lands. We're gonna have to pull our troops out by and large because we're out of manpower. Castile's occupying lands. I want. Not good. Honestly, I'll be happy if I take any land in North Africa, but the more I take, the better. Assuming they actually give me any. So part of the reason this war is going so well is because of how rebellious Morocco's vassals are. Otherwise, this would have been a much worse war. Hoping the Castilians will see me sieging the fort and come help. Nope, they're gonna go past it. Delightful. I guess I should try and help get war score. The more war score I get, the more favors I'll get anyhow. Debt is a serious issue, though. I don't know how we're going to be able to support colonies if we're broke anyway. No, we're not going to take the Diplotech as much as I want it. Really? Morocco didn't give me anything. Or Castile, rather, didn't give me anything. We want all of that Castile. If that annoys you, good riddance. There we go. I forced Granada to survive. And I got quite a few favors with Castile. Okay, it's a start. It's not ideal. We now have a cardinal in our lands, though. No. We will put you to drilling. And then I think we're going to stop here. Actually, I might mothball this guy. Yeah. We're looking at a potential another war with Morocco soon, so we'll stop here. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Not the best start as a Portugal game, but we are getting almost to the point where we'll get colonists. Once we get colonists, we will take off as Portugal. So yeah, I think that'll be it. We still got a ways to go for that. I might do that. Yeah, I'll do that. I know, wasting points, but we're in good shape. So we now have the Renaissance spreading from our capital outwards, which will be good. And hopefully we'll get Splendor early, and then probably, hopefully, colonize this area as fast as we can, which is pretty fast as Portugal, to be honest. And I don't know what we're going to do. I'm kind of tempted to do native repression. I don't know, though. Anyhow, thank you guys all for watching. Please subscribe if you've watched this far, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.